Hi, everyone. Welcome to another live trading room here at the Trading Pit with Lachlan from Samurai Day Trading. Lachlan, how are we doing today?
Good. I'm just watching the FTX. It's actually started to behave very, very strangely. So I have a sneaking suspicion somebody just said something very negative in the UK because we looks like we're selling. So no, it's everything is good. We're ready to
Right.
go.
Well,
I'm just
Lachlan did
watching
tease
these
us
charts.
earlier. He said that US market is very interesting after Microsoft reports. So that's very, very good.
Yes.
Guys, very, very, very exciting. For the Zoom people, Zoom chat people, if anyone can drop a message really quick just to make sure that we are good to go, everyone is seeing everyone, we're able to chit chat. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. We have people here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, guys, girls, enjoy with this wonderful live trading session, and I will join you towards the end to say hello again and maybe chat about our last days of summer promo. See you in a bit.
Perfect. Now, Arlen, can I just as you run away? Sorry to be rude. Would you like me to also log into Zoom
I
so I
mean,
can
if you
see the
want,
chat?
let's go. I see people here
Okay.
cheering in the Zoom chat.
All
Yep,
right.
yep, yep.
So I'm gonna have to right. Let me just open the Zoom chat, guys and girls, so I can see what you're saying. We're in
Yeah. So
week
far,
two of our technology week two of the technology trial. So
yeah, guys, we are, as you can see, we're upgrading. We also hear you loud and clear. Last time you've mentioned you couldn't see the chart so well because it was a bit smaller.
Recording in
So,
progress.
ooh, Lachlan, you might want to mute me. There you go.
okay, I'll fix that. I'll fix that now.
No worries. So, Lachlan is,
That'd be
we're adjusting.
otherwise we're going to be able to
We
hear
are
each other
adjusting.
right across the board. So hold on,
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me
yeah.
fix that.
We're adjusting.
All
So
right,
I'm,
we should now be back. We're
yeah.
back.
So
Yeah,
we
we're good.
have right
We
now
are good.
everything set up. Cool new look, but we're still testing everything. So guys, bear with us. And Lachlan, you can go ahead with the presentation.
I will do that. I will do that. So, hi guys and girls. Hope you are magic. Now, I've got as everybody can chat to everybody, which is fantastic. Now, I have got a white T-shirt on today, guys and girls. I hope you don't mind. It's 37 degrees here. I was lining up a collar. I was lining up a collar and everything. Wonderful. However, I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep it casual today. The markets are running hot, as Alan mentioned, off the back of that. Perfect, Alan. Perfect, perfect. I was off the back of some really positive sort of economic news out of the US yesterday. Two of the large companies, particularly Microsoft, as we've had a bit of a rally on the US markets. Interesting point: we haven't had the same rally on the European markets, and the European markets are looking very, very, very dangerous today, guys and girls. So let's just let's just see how we go. So welcome everybody. My name is Lockie. I'm going to run you through the session. I'm here with Samurai Day Trading. We'll run through our compliance slides first, just to make sure that we're heading in the right direction. We'll do that first, and then we'll head into the charts. A lot to brief you on today, and the gun goes in around about 25 minutes from now. So we're going to have to run through this relatively quickly. So first and foremost, I was welcome everybody. I can see everybody has access to the chat, which is fantastic. What we're going to be doing today, guys, is working on our live trading room format again, or working within that format. The reason being is we've basically got immediate proof of performance. Our entire idea behind a live trading room is to build confidence, guys, in not only the strategy, but also the approach that we use to our analysis and the approach that we use to the way that we trade. So trading very, very well is very much a byproduct of the strategy that you use. but that strategy is only of benefit to you as if your analysis and your approach to using the strategy suits the strategy. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Now, guys, the beauty of live trading room, like yesterday, we had an absolute blinder. Guys, yesterday we had a blinder. So for those that weren't in the live trading room yesterday, as you can go and check out the highlights on either the on the YouTube live that was done yesterday, or the YouTube summary video, or also Instagram. Either one of them, guys, it's all there. The reason we love live trading rooms is absolutely nowhere to hide, and it's also a really good format to get your questions answered if you would like to get those questions answered. As in a reminder for those that are not with Samurai yet, as we do run 5 live trading rooms. So 5 live trading rooms, sorry. We run a live trading room, 2 sessions, 5 days a week. So there's a lot of opportunity, guys, to work with the professional trading team to get you up to speed. There's no question. And shout out to, guys, I will shout out to Beck yesterday. Had an absolute blinder. Shout out to Steve yesterday, had a blinder. There was quite a few people, guys, that had a really big day yesterday. So a little bit of public acknowledgement for you guys. You did very, very well. Now, that being said, guys, we're going to be trading futures and CFDs today. What does that ultimately mean? There's risk every time we take a trade. Now, primarily, ladies and gents, there are 2 risks. There's the risk of making money and losing money. Because we are going to be trading futures on margin, that means we borrow a little bit of money every time we take a trade. That risk is magnified. Now, whenever we talk about risk, a lot of people talk about, oh, there's a risk of losing money, grumble, grumble, grumble. There's also a risk of making a significant amount of money. So what you're going to find today is that we will identify our RCP, or a risk control point. Now, the risk control point, just briefing those people that haven't traded with us before, the risk control point is different to your stop loss position. A risk control point is where we would seek to neutralize or reduce the risk on the trade, and basically we're just going to let the profit run in our favor. So if you need a hand with either stop loss position or risk control, please do give me a yell. Now, that being said, as everything we're going to do today is general information only. Past performance of all financial products, guys, can no longer be used as a reference for future performance. That's in the strictest of the jurisdictions globally. And ironically, at the moment, as the strictest jurisdictions are actually the UK and Australia, right? So they've gone a little bit crazy on jurisdictional restrictions. Everybody else is still a little bit okay, which is good fun. Whereas the presentation today is going to be for educational purposes only. Now, I'm going to make some trade comments, guys. So I'll comment when to take a trade, when not to take a trade, just so everybody's aware. That's 100% in alignment with the 101 education course, which is our basic education course we run at Samurai Day Trading. For those that have access to the 101, your 101 is currently being updated, okay, which is getting ready for the 2026 version of the 101. What does that mean? Language update, indicator fine-tune, strategy fine-tune. Everything is based on what we do in 2009. Is this just a smarter way of presenting it? So every sort of 6 to 8 months, maybe 9 months, we look to upgrade chapters within the 101 course. That upgrade's currently occurring at the moment, and it's looking really, really good. Okay, now one thing I did to mention is market risk factors, because we are trading over the internet today. I'll do my best as per the 101 to guide you in and out of the market as best as I possibly can. That said, there's no guarantee you'll be able to get filled where I want to get filled and out where I want to get out, simply because of this variable called the internet. Okay, now brief history. Again, I come from a military background, guys. I had an opportunity to serve in the Army for 15 years, which was absolutely incredible. What does it mean? I bring a pretty military style to my trading, guys. Everything is mathematically based. What does it ultimately mean? That our indicators are designed specifically for the markets that we trade. So we are futures trading specialists. Guys, if you don't know the difference between futures and Forex, futures is traded without OTC brokers or over-the-counter brokers. That means that as a futures trader, we can trade with significant accuracy. It also means that the vast majority of our indicators, don't work on platforms like MT4 or MT5, simply because the data feed is not as clean as a futures data feed. Right? So what we're going to focus on today, guys, is the strategies originally written in 2009, fine-tuned again in 2011, and then fine-tuned again in 2004, fine-tuned again in 2005. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Now, guys, if you want to follow what we're doing, as if you're not a member of Samurai at the moment, if you love Instagram, then Samurai Day Trading on Instagram. If you're a fan of YouTube, guys, jump on Samurai Day Trading on YouTube. As we've crossed, I think we've crossed a magic 200,000 views on YouTube now. So my goal by the end of the year is to hit 250,000, which I think we are going to. Guys, if there's any questions at all about anything we do today, please, I know it's a bit old school, right, to send an email, but please do send an email. Guys, info@samurai-daytrading.com. If there's anything that we can help you with, please don't be shy. Guys, and once again, guys, we're getting inquiries about doing the online advanced trading course, which starts on the 2nd of November. Guys, please don't panic. Guys, if you want to come along, guys, we can take applications for that advanced course. It's 100% online. Guys, we can take them all the way through to the 30th of October. Now, what to expect today, guys? Primarily, I'm going to focus on the 4 red words on the left-hand side. Our screens will be outlaid as they are in the purple squares. Guys, please be advised, guys, that if you want to trade very, very successfully on the European Open, guys, best thing to do is use the S&P 500 as a reference chart for the NASDAQ traders. For the FDAX traders, use the FESX as your reference chart. And guys, the FESX and S&P 500 traders, you don't actually have a reference chart. But the fact is that your markets are so big and so voluminous and so wonderful that, again, they should be able to just trade by themselves, which is ultimately good fun. All the way down the bottom, guys, in green, we always let the market do the heavy lifting. What does that mean? Guys, the market's going to tell us when to get in, when to get out, what stop to use, what target to use, and also how long to stay in the trade, as otherwise known as trade duration. Guys, the markets do all of that for us every day. We're going to be trading 5-minute, 15 and 60-minute charts in combination today. And that is effectively, guys, all the information we need to run at incredibly high success rate. Incredibly high success rate. So what we'll do, guys, let's jump into the charts. Now we know about that one. We are going to, turn off the cameras as we roll in here, just so we can start to reduce the bandwidth, guys, and we should actually have really, really clear, accurate reading of the charts. Right, so I've been here before, as you can probably tell. We'll start in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm just going to make sure that's coming across well. It is coming across well, which is perfecto. Okay, let me just have a quick look. Okay, so our S&P 500 chart. I'm just going to make sure that you can see that S&P 500 chart. A little bit blurry. Okay, Ken, let me just space it out for you. I can give you all the key numbers. Okay, screen's a little bit blurry. All right, we will work on that, guys. We will work on that in the background and see why it is a little bit blurry. But I can give you all the key numbers, guys, and that should not detract a little bit from what we're doing today, guys. So let's just see. All right, let's just see how we go. All right, so first and foremost, guys, what I want to draw everybody's attention to, ETH. G'day, Diane, how are you? Can we later look at the ETH? ETH, you're going to have to help me out on that one, because I know that as Ethereum, so a cryptocurrency, but I don't have a cryptocurrency feed into Ninja. So tell me what ETH is, and I'll have a crack at it for you. There's no doubt. Okay, Diane, perfect. I'll pass it on. I'll pass it on to young Arlen, and we can work out what's going on. All right. Now, at this stage, guys, let me have a look. Done. All right, so guys, we'll navigate through. I'll go through the key numbers, and then I'll see if Arlen can jump. I'll see if Arlen can jump on that end. Young Arlen, we've got a report here that because the screen is also acting as the background of the webinar, that might be why it's getting a little bit confused. But anyway, I'll run through the key numbers, guys. We'll get ready to roll, and then we'll sort out the technology on the run. So first things first for the S&P 500 traders. Okay, Arlen got it. Perfect. As for the S&P 500 traders, I want you to keep an eye on, guys. We've got this series of SBRs down the bottom here, static bar reversals. What I want to do, guys, is I want to keep an eye on those as we move into the European Open. Now, for the S&P 500 traders, you know exactly how to deal with this. But what we're looking for, guys, if Europe does get a sell down, sort of very immature kind of sell down, and it doesn't work very well, as for the quite experienced S&P traders, I want you to keep an eye on these SBRs. Now, for those that are not aware, the SBR, so wherever you see SBR, guys, it's a mathematical formula running behind the charts telling us when to buy the market and when to sell the market. It's actually one of the most successful mathematical algorithms I've ever seen. As there is another algorithm running here also called a 4-point tuning bar. So again, if any of those algorithms trigger, as I see them trigger today, I'll basically guide you on how to use those. As ultimately, there's a lot of mathematics being done by the computer, guys. So humans don't have to do the maths. We can basically just roll with reading the pure price movement of the market, which is really, really important. So what I want everybody to do for the S&P 500, guys, again, little yellow sign here. Please watch for an initial fall on Europe. I wouldn't be surprised as if Europe has a little stumble to the downside and then rockets back the other way. There are some key levels on Europe that we don't want to break. So I'll highlight those key levels shortly and we'll keep a watch on it. Now, for those that do want to trade very, very well, guys, just like is highlighted, guys, in the YouTube video from yesterday, the Instagram post from yesterday, guys, please look for dual market trades if you want to run at a very high probability. Louis, how are you? I hope you're fantastic. Daniel, how are you? MJ, again, thank you for your help. Most important point, guys, a dual market trade for the NASDAQ traders, you're looking at the S&P. For the FTX traders, you're looking at the FESX. As for the S&P 500 traders, you're also looking at the FESX. So the FESX, which will be in the bottom right-hand corner, is the primary reference chart for the European Open. Guys, particularly for those people that are fans of OSR trading, guys, you'll find that the OSR trades are absolutely phenomenal. Now, that said, all the way down the bottom here, guys, on S&P 500, right, if we drop all the way down to 6454, it's a very, very key selling level, right? So if Europe does decide it's literally just going to fall, if you can fall out of its tree, did it a couple of days ago. If it decides to fall out of its tree, guys, and we get down to that magic level on the S&P 500 of exactly 6454, guys, if we touch it and bounce, it'll be an incredible reversal. If we break through, as we're looking at long-range shorts right across the board, right? Long-range shorts right across the board. So if the big bottom left-hand corner and bottom right-hand corner, if they start tumbling, as we know what to do. We're looking for valid sells. So like we do all the time. Carlos, how are you? Guys, we're going to go for long-range targets, short-range risk control. We're going to cut our losses quickly or cut our potential risk quickly, and we're going to let these guys bolt in our favor. Okay, now, for the NASDAQ traders, some of you may already be long. Guys, let me explain why. All right, so over here on the left-hand side of the NASDAQ, guys, can everybody see this little -2 rated static bar reversal? It's an incredible reversal signal. All right, now, what has occurred is the sellers have sold down on what we call the Singapore close, which is 3 p.m. Japan time, guys, which is right there. They've sold down and they've basically reloaded this static bar reversal again. So some of the NASDAQ traders who know what they're doing, if you trade the Singapore close, you will already be long, guys, at exactly the price point. What is exactly the price point of 465? Now, what we're going to keep an eye on for the NASDAQ traders on European Open is if they sell back down to that level again and fail, that SBR signal is so mathematically precise that the reversal signal will just keep repeating over and over and over again, right? So if you are long, guys, on the NASDAQ already, your volatility, guys, is defined for you in the top left-hand corner. Right up here, you'll see this little volatility indicator. So at this point in time, if you are long, guys, you'd be looking for a 20-tick first target and a 40-tick second target, guys. So $100 first target, $200 second target. If you're not long at this point in time, guys, don't just go long, because we've got to be super careful on the NASDAQ about the 50 fib of the day. I do believe that's going to be a really, really important point. As the reason being is if the European Open closes over the top of the 50 of the day, the American markets are thinking we're going to go long. As if we close under that in around about 12 or so minutes, 11 minutes from now, if we close under that, we're probably going to see an initial sell down on the NASDAQ. Now, very, very key level for the NASDAQ traders. Ron, top left-hand corner, you should be able to see the volatility indicator. So top left-hand corner. Okay, just up here. Can you see that? Now, I can see it on the projection. You should be able to see that one. Hopefully you can. But if you can't, I'll keep you up to date. Okay, I'll keep you up to date on what the volatility is. That ultimately enables us to determine, again, short-range target, long-range targets. My screen is cut off at the PVI box. Okay, I didn't know that, so I will keep you up to speed, guys, on what the volatilities are. It might, I can probably bring my screen in slightly. Let's see what we can do. Mark, this one is the Nasdaq. You'll be able to tell. Should be able to tell by the price on the right hand side. Okay, should be able to tell. Now, guys. Either way, let me keep going. What we've got here is, again, 50 fib of the day is super important. Up here on the Nasdaq, guys, we've got green Fibonacci running across the screen with a yellow box around it. What does that mean? Very, very key level up here. I'd suggest if we do buy early on the European market and fail, we're going to pick up some really, really lovely sells to the downside. Please be advised for all of the NASDAQ traders, guys, the NASDAQ is in 4 phases long on the 4-hour chart. So that means we've had basically 4 buying campaigns, one after the other. As again, I would suggest, honestly, the buyers are getting really, really tired on the American markets. I wouldn't be surprised if Europe sells hard, that the buyers on the American markets just give up, guys, literally give up. And then if they do, we're in for heavy shorts right across the board. So have a dirty 60-minute swing long. Perfect. Let me just check this, guys. 60-minute chart. So I'm just double checking. Also, 1, 2, 3. Let me just check the 4-hour chart for you. Okay. Guys, I think we're in an interesting little place today, like we were last Thursday. If the Europeans go long and they go really hard, then these American markets are going to be brilliant. But I'm thinking if Europe tanks, I'm thinking it's going to drag the Americans with it. So just like almost every time we trade this session, guys, I think we're going to be hypersensitive to the Europeans. Now, speaking of that, guys, let's have a look at the FDAX. Couple of very, very key levels on the FDAX. And for the DAX traders, I do want you to be really, really careful on this one. Okay, now first and foremost, I go to the larger charts. There's a couple of very, very key learnings on the larger charts. So first and foremost, guys, if we go to the daily chart here on the FDAX, so go to the daily chart, we're picking up an absolutely wonderful, guys, a wonderful static bar reversal long. You can see down the bottom here, it's got a -3 rating. Now, if we were to sell down, guys, on the open of Europe, we're looking for a just above the body entry long. I've got it marked on the 5-minute chart for you, guys, just above the body, guys, for a daily reversal long. If these guys do go long, guys, then the first port of call is going to be the 50 fib of the 4-hour chart, which is 237. Might as well be 23790. As the actual level is 23791. But if we do get a wriggle on, then running through to 23790 is highly, highly, highly likely. What I do want to highlight for everybody, guys, I'm just hoping with a slightly blurry screen that you can see this point, which is super important. As yesterday in the live trading room, we were talking about these guys being in a 4-hour chart. See my little comment down the bottom here, guys. Wow, wow, wow. When they sold down yesterday, guys, they sold down to exactly the 141.4 fib extension, guys, exactly the 141.4. What does that ultimately mean? Guys, it means that these traders globally think 4-hour pattern. That means they're basically going to follow either a 4-hour retracement or 4-hour extension the whole way back up the other way. Jürgen, how are you? I could hope you are amazing. John, best thing to do is I'll pass that on to guys. So all of your comments, I'll pass them on to TTP. They're fine tuning a new technology. So again, we're only week 2 into that tech, so we'll fine tune it, make sure the charts are really, really clear for you. It's very, very easy to see, but I'll do my best to guide you guys as we roll through. With the 60-minute chart, guys, for the FDAX traders, I want you to, again, be very, very well aware, guys, that when these guys sold down, when the FDAX sold down in the pre-market, guys, what they've done is they've actually triggered a -3 rated static bar reversal long on the 60-minute chart. If that's the case, guys, we might sell down a little bit first before then turning around and running back the other way. Okay, running back the other way quite hard. All right, let me drop you all the way down to the 5-minute chart. I've got around about 5.5 minutes to go, so we'll jump on the FESX. There's a lot of detail here on the FDAX. I don't know which direction. I don't know which direction these guys are going to go today on Europe. America is very, very positive because of the Microsoft news that came out yesterday. It goes, the German economy is in trouble. You saw that effect of the UK triggering. What's not going to impress the Germans today is Russia has just signed an enormous oil supply deal with China that cuts out Europe altogether. So if people start to get a little bit panicky about that oil deal being signed, then we might actually see these guys tank. Right, so we're going to have to be very, very careful about what they're doing. For the FTX traders, as you've got a mathematically stunning static bar reversal that's currently triggering in the pre-market. What I would suggest for the FTX traders, we've got 4-hour longs, we've got old 60-minute shorts. They've actually come up to the 60-minute short and they've already starting to test old market levels, which is brilliant. So I'd suggest for the FTX, if you want to be careful today, guys, wait for the opening candle to close, and then we'll make a decision on ultimately the first 5 minutes of institutional positioning, guys. Noting that if the instos guys are not really that confident about the direction the market is going to run. What they're going to do is they're going to wait normally 15 or 20 minutes before they position into the market, which is exactly what they did yesterday. Long before the cash market opens, should we consider taking it? Mark, you can do that. You can take an older NASDAQ static bar reversal long. I just wouldn't take it in the 15 minutes leading into European Open, because you might find that the European Open fakes out in one direction before going back the other way. So just be a little bit careful with that one. Now, guys, for those FTX traders that have significant experience, your long range target on the FTX today, guys, is 773 to the high side, so more than 112, 114 points from where we're trading. As to go for a long range target today, we would need these guys to sell down, just like yesterday, guys. You got to jump on me if we get a second tier reversal like yesterday. As that second tier reversal we spoke about in the LTR yesterday on the FTX went more than 100 points, guys, more than 100 points to the high side. So if you want to do the maths on that, guys, that's 100 times 25 US dollars. It is very, very much in our interest to look for second tier reversals for those of you who are well trained in reversing the market. Now, I'm going to draw a Fibonacci extension, guys, on the FTX clearly over the most recent ABC. They haven't exhausted this ABC yet. The flip side of the argument, ladies and gents, they may turn around and go the other way. So they may go down first. If they do go down first, I'm going to have to flip the Fibonacci's round the other way, right? So we don't quite know. With 2 minutes and 27 seconds, we don't know what the Europeans are going to do yet. As my humble suspicion is, I think these guys are going to tank, guys. That's my humble expression. I think they're going to tank first, and if they do tank first, then they're already dragging. Look, they're already dragging the Americans with them. Okay, so guys, now with 2 minutes to go, what I do want to draw your attention to, guys, our last briefing points as we roll in, is S&P volume was 45,000 and rising. Now it's 49,000. So we're rising quickly into open, guys, which is going to give us volatility. Another thing I want you to watch for, ladies and gents, on the European markets, we've closed our gap in the pre-market, which means these guys normally go absolutely nuts. All right. Now, what that means, for those that want to trade the opening candle, you're going to have to be very, very careful. I was going to be very, very careful about your entry points, please. All right, very, very careful. Now, 90 seconds until the gun goes. Guys, let me just play with some Fibonacci's here, because we are setting up shorts. Guys, we're setting up shorts. Might be better on the 60-minute chart. Yeah, we're setting up shorts on both American markets. Guys, now again, let's look at a counter Fibonacci, which is going to look like that for the NASDAQ traders. S&P, let's see if we've got an agreement, which we should do. We do. Now, if we do sell down, guys, I'm not expecting the sell down to last very long, particularly on the 60-minute charts here, because we're running back into the 60-minute chart MDI, or the actual market direction indicator, that trend indicator. All right, 40 or so seconds. So it's 40 seconds till the gun goes. Let's just be very, very careful on the opening candle. Some of you don't like trading the opening candle, so therefore you're looking for climactic reversals. At this point, guys, for the FTX traders, the sellers have just stolen the stair step. So we'd be looking for buying base reversals on open. I would suggest today, guys, we're going to be very, very careful on FDAX open. These guys have already closed their gaps, as I said. So they're going to go ballistic today. Ballistic is always good fun. We just have to trade very, very carefully. All right, now for the FDAX traders, as we roll into the open, sellers own the stair step. Excuse me, we're looking for buying base reversals. Flip side is they're under pivot, so we can't go long. The buyers have just stolen the stair step. Now we're looking for shorts. This is what I mean by these guys going a little bit crazy. So for the FDAX traders, just wait for the opening candle to change color, please. We'll just wait for the opening candle to change color, which it's now done. So if you are a pre-top reversal trader on FDAX, you're looking for a short, guys, off the pre-top. Worst case scenario, guys, you'll fill is 665 with your first target at 660. For those that like the Fibonacci stretch, guys, you're going to wait for these guys to buy a little bit more before you sell down. Jürgen, well done. Okay, well done. NASDAQ, guys, as we came into the open, has set up a climactic reversal long. Also, the S&P set up a climactic reversal long, guys. So we've got matching long signals, guys, on both US markets simultaneously. All right, so we've got matching longs. At this stage, guys, the FDAX has hit the 133 fib extension. So those that like that extra stretch, you would now be putting your short on the FDAX at 667. I was putting your short on at 667. That's if you are an opening candle FDAX trader and you're looking to trade off the pre-market. Anybody long on the NASDAQ, guys, you've got these three black diamond deltas to the high side. For those that understand how to trade the delta, all of those deltas on the NASDAQ are all valid entries to the high side. Okay, they're all valid entries to the high side. Steve, nice work, mate. Well done. Petros, well done. So you have basically finished for the day, mate. That's a huge result. So massive well done. For the NASDAQ traders, guys, please don't take the delta over the top of the 50 fib of the day. There's a 50 fib hiding in there. So again, the lower three deltas are all valid. Guys, the 50 fib up here, we don't want to be taking a delta assuming a close over the pivots. Okay, now at this stage, as the FDAX is reversing off Fibonacci at this point in time, we are clearly climactic. Okay, there's no question about that. We're clearly climactic. So for the FDAX traders, if you trade off the 133 extension, guys, if you do trade off the 133 extension, then you have got a valid entry. If you're not an opening candle trader, guys, you don't have an entry at this point in time. For the DAX traders, the 133 entry, guys, is at 677. Guys, it's at 677. Don't enter that trade, guys, in the last 90 seconds of the candle, guys. Now, all of these rules are just stock standard rules. We do the same thing every day. All right, so for those that, if you are a 133 Fibonacci extension trader, as if that is you, as you're looking for an entry at 77, as your first target and risk control point is 72. So your first target and risk control point is 72. I'm in that trade personally, guys, on all accounts, and I've just been paid across 6 accounts simultaneously on the FDAX. So for the 133 Fibonacci extension traders, guys, you're short at 77. Your first target is 72, please. All right, first target is 72. If you're doing what I do, guys, which we do every day, again, you've gone through your first target, guys. I'm just checking, and it's actually copy traded across all accounts simultaneously. Right, so that's actually working out quite well. For the copy traders, for the FDAX traders, you're basically romancing this old 60-minute short. For those that can hold long-range targets, guys, if the FDAX was to close underneath the pre-top, so if we close underneath the pre-top, the FDAX traders are looking for a climactic reversal short. Guys, you're looking for that in exactly 28 seconds. Some of you might be trying to hold that 133 for long-range targets, guys. If you are, there's nothing wrong with that. The red diamond delta on NASDAQ, sorry, FDAX, the red diamond delta, guys, the value is 668. If you are going to trade that delta at 668, you would be trading it inside the new candle, please. Okay, inside the new candle. All right. So for everybody right across the board, guys, all eyes on Europe. If you are short off that 133, guys, if you're short off the 133, this could actually end up producing some really lovely targets. If you are not short yet on the FDAX, you're looking for the buyers to push back up towards the pre-top. Guys, we're looking for a short on that red diamond delta at 668. Guys, if we don't quite get there, you can go short on the FDAX at 665. You guys have got to keep a very close eye on the DAX. In a perfect world, guys, I would like the buyers on the FDAX to push up back through the pre-top, allowing everybody to take a pre-top reversal. All right, that's what I'm looking for. We've just got to keep a very close eye, guys, on the FESX, because if they decide to buy, the FDAX traders are just going to have to get out of the way and wait for the FESX to buy and fail. Okay. Now, anybody that's gone long on the NASDAQ, guys, let me get rid of this little line here on the NASDAQ. Anybody that's gone long, guys, on either the climactic reversal or the delta or the delta or the delta, you guys have clearly gone significantly beyond your first target. Guys, so if you are long on the deltas, guys, please make sure you've controlled your risk, you're through your first target. Hopefully they're going to run to the high side. But if they don't run to the high side, you've actually got no risk on the trade. Climactic reversal traders on FDAX, you've waited for the buyers to show and you've simply then sold the market down, guys, 1 point under the body of the candle at 657. If you are short on the FDAX at 657, guys, your first target is 652 and you're through that. Now you will be waiting for the market to push back up, reset again, and we're going to pick up another short again. All right, so guys, let me just navigate this as quickly as I can. There's some pretty good results coming in. Dine, you might find the FDAX would be called the DAX 40. You might be find the FDAX is called the DAX 40 potentially. Dine, I'd have to double check. I'd have to double check. Mind you, one of my brains trust can probably work that out for you as well, mate. So pretty straightforward. Now, we were talking about this static bar reversal on the NASDAQ, guys, on the left-hand side. We were talking about that signal repeating. For those that wanted the repeat signal, okay, we spoke about your entry point. If you did decide once they sold down on the open to actually pick up that entry point, guys, you've actually gone long on the second delta on the NASDAQ to the high side, and that's already gone through its first target. For the Nasdaq traders, guys, I'd suggest a 20-tick first target, a 50-tick second target. We're just waiting for Europe to work out what it wants to do. Guys, the moment Europe knows what it wants to do, then the NASDAQ is going to get some clear guidance. Thanks, Code. So, guys, I think it's called the DAX 40. Paul Williams, nice work. It's an FDAX climactic reversal. Well done. So for the DAX traders, the most important point, guys, be very careful of the last 90 seconds. All right. So every trade we've got so far has been inside the 90 seconds, guys, inside the first 90 seconds of the candle, and everything's gone very well. Guys, I personally picked up the 133 fib extension reversal up there. Guys, because I'm moderating today, I've only gone for 5-point targets. Okay. I'm not going for massive targets today. As if we do get a 2-tier reversal, I will stretch the targets out and see what I can generate. Now, cruising through the last 90 seconds is what we do have to be careful of for the European-based traders. This is a very, very strong sign, guys, on the FESX that we're going to go higher. Guys, so please don't reverse off the pre-top in the last 90 seconds. Louis, looking for 6467, 6467, perfect. Perfect. Do I have anybody long, guys? Do I have anybody long on the NASDAQ on any of these three delta trades or the climactic reversal? And are you looking for longer range targets? Guys, now the reason being is if the NASDAQ closes over the 50 of the day, well done, yes and yes. Okay, good. If we close over the 50 of the day, guys, on the NASDAQ and we close over the 50 fib of the day on the S&P 500, these guys are likely to go a little bit higher. Okay, well done. Dine, nice work. Nice work. Nice work. Nice work. Okay, so FDAX. 15 seconds until the candle closes. At this point in time, guys, we're going to close over the pre-top, guys, which means that, again, for another reversal, we're going to have to look for the buyers to push through, fail really, really nicely before we then get a sell. All right, so fancy that. Look at what the FDAX is doing. It's mucking around the 60-minute chart reversal that we spoke about when we came into the session. Right, so I'm just going to angle that line. So for everyone, guys, for everybody at this stage, I've got no new signals on the NASDAQ. The delta, the black diamond deltas on the NASDAQ, guys, are tradable just. Okay, they are tradable just. I'm just going to have to look at counter Fibonacci's for you. All right, let me do some fib work, guys. The deltas are fine, provided you're happy to go for a 10 to 15, maybe 20 tick target. Me personally, guys, I'd be looking for a 10 tick first target, and I would make sure I've got no risk on the trade. So those little deltas there, guys, they are tradable. There's no doubt about that. I'd be looking for a 10 to 12 tick target only. Guys, if you're looking for a long range target, guys, at this stage, those deltas are not long range target trades. They're short range trades. I'm going to put a delta, guys. I'll put a little box on the bottom. I'll put a little box in the bottom there, and we'll just watch what the buyers on NASDAQ are going to do. Now, S&P, shocker. I'm getting my markets mixed up. FDAX, we've just bought through, okay, and basically we've only failed at a Fibonacci extension. So at this stage, I haven't got a new trade for the FDAX traders. NASDAQ, your 10 tick target on your delta entry is at 487.75. We're going to have to give that probably another 90 seconds before we know what the NASDAQ traders around the world are thinking. I have a sneaking suspicion they're watching Europe to see what Europe is doing. At this stage, guys, we're not going to sell the FDAX again at this stage. I'm looking for a clear failure, guys, in order to do that. So we'll just keep a very close eye on what everybody's doing. What I'm going to do for the S&P traders, some of you might be long off this climactic reversal. Right, some of you might be long. I'm just going to have to switch my Fibonacci's back the other way. Let me switch my fibs. All right, because I want to see what these guys are doing at a slightly more strategic level. These buyers are very, very strong on the American markets. Guys, they've just got to try and break through, ideally, a relatively key 60-minute chart level. Okay, that's what they're wrestling with at the moment on the S&P 500. So I agree, guys. I agree with young Louis. I think 6467 is probably going to be a really good little turning point. NASDAQ traders, if you are long on the first delta, your target, guys, is 487.75, and you've just gone through your target. Now, for those that are long on the second delta, again, a 10 tick target, please. All right, so your entry, guys, you've got to be very, very careful on these deltas, guys, because we still don't know what Europe is doing. All right, so the lower delta there, guys, your entry point as per the algo was 485.25. It's obviously gone through. It's 10 tick target. The higher delta, guys, we have not paid yet. I think it's going to come down to what the S&P 500 decides to do. Okay, so if you're on the lower delta, guys, you're in a good place. Let's just see what the FDAX is doing, because that will have an effect on the US traders as well. Louis, 4 hour 50%. Okay, perfect. All right, let's just watch very, very closely, guys, because the buyers are slightly impressive. The sellers are very unimpressive. For the FDAX traders, if we close underneath the pre-top, guys, so please don't try and preempt the close. NASDAQ traders, you are still fine if you are long for 10 ticks, guys, over the top of the second delta. You are still okay. You haven't gone anywhere near your stop loss. FDAX, if we close under the pre-top, we're looking for a reversal. NASDAQ is looking very, very like it wants to pop to the high side. All right, so at this stage, guys, we're not going to sell the NASDAQ short into the 50 fib of the day. We can't do that. Guys, so therefore, we're going to, again, first delta's out. If you're on the second delta, guys, we want to, if we get near the top of the previous candle, I'll give you a line. Guys, if we get near the top of the previous candle, right there, say the original 10 tick target on the first trade, we would want to reduce our risk on the second delta if we get back up there again, okay, for the NASDAQ traders. Now, so the FDAX, guys, I can't send you short into the pre-market box. I can't send you short into the pre-market box because of the ratio drop on these candles. Some of you may have taken a body entry short on the SBR. NASDAQ traders, you're at your consider reducing your risk point, right? That higher delta has not gone to target yet, but it's getting very, very close to popping. All right, I think the NASDAQ is probably going to try and push up to here, guys, quite happily. So therefore, if you're long for 10 ticks on the higher delta, guys, it's literally just a patience game at this point in time. Let's just watch what they do. Let's watch what they do. We've got buyers surging in everywhere on the US markets. All right, so even the top delta, well, there you go. Even the top delta has gone well beyond its target. It's well beyond its target. Anybody that is long for longer range targets, guys, I said 10 for the junior traders, 20 for the slightly more senior traders, or 20 and 50 if you really know what you're doing. Guys, you're going to try and run this NASDAQ as high as you can, please. I'm going to try and run the NASDAQ as high as you can. I'll get rid of that Fibonacci. Focusing on this one just here. Okay. Now, FDAX traders, back to you, guys. If the buyers bought above, so if the buyers bought above, note the 133 fib failure, guys. So the FDAX traders that know what they're doing, if you've gone short under the 133 fib, you've gone through your target. Guys, because of the ratio drop, if you've gone short underneath the body of the SBR, guys, your entry is 674. You've gone through your first target and your second target. Do I have any FDAX traders that are short on the SBR body or the 133 extension looking for long-range targets? For the FDAX traders, this is also an OSR trade. So the OSR was set, guys, at 4:15 Tokyo time. The buyers are pushed up back towards the OSR and failed badly. So that means if you are short on FDAX, guys, you're going to try and hold the short to the bottom of the OSR, which is all the way down here at the previous pivot in the gap. Louis, nice work, mate. 24 ticks times 35 contracts. Holy moly, mate. That is a very big trade. Do I have anybody else on the S&P 500 who is long off the climactic reversal on European Open, please? Louis, that's a stunning trade, mate. So wherever you learned to do that, mate, hoots to your, I was going to say kaboom. That's a very big trade, mate. So well done. FDAX traders, if you are short, guys, off the 133 fib extension or you're short under the body of this SPR, as you're looking for a 5-point target, second target, and then you're going to try and trade it all the way down to the previous pivot in the gap. Which 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's a 40-point, guys, a 40-point long-range target. That's a huge trade, mate. Massive well done, Louis. I know it's taken, mate, a lot of discipline and a lot of work to achieve that kind of trade, mate. That is very exciting. And so well done. That's a huge trade. All right, for everybody else, again, guys, do I have any FDAX traders short on the body or short on the 133? Is anybody FDAX trader short? Ken, that's an enormous trade. Okay, so you've traded the second delta. Okay, well done, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. All right, so we've got, again, at this stage, we're going to try and stay on the right side of the market all day, guys. We don't like losers, all right? So I'm going to be very, very careful about guiding you in and out of the market. We don't like losing trades. We're just not a fan of losing trades. FDAX, anyone short, guys, on the 133 or the static bar reversal. Okay, I've got people short. All right, good. So we're going to try and hold short. As if you're being a little bit careful on FDAX, you're going to hold short to 645. If you're being a little bit gutsy on FDAX, you're going to try and hold short to 635. All right, so that's about a 40-point FDAX trade. Guys, if you want to do the maths on that, 40 points times 40 Aussie dollars, guys, is around 1600 Aussie dollar target for those people that have experience. As understanding that you are already out on your first target, you're already out on your second target. As please understand, FDAX traders, you have no risk on this trade, please. So the risk to reward ratio is at least 40 times in your favor. Right, no risk, 40 tick target, please, or 40-point target. For those that are going for the slightly shallower target, guys, at 645, you've just been taken out. For those going for 635, please hold this trade. All right, please hold. Boom, boom, boom. Come on, FDAX. Go. No, don't stop there. Come on, 635. It's going to get absolutely destroyed. Guys, if you can just hold the line, don't chew your fingernails off just yet. That target's about to get eaten. Boom. All right. Anybody short on the FDAX, guys? Anybody short on the FDAX that's massive. Well done, guys. Anyone short from the 133, the SBR body, or the Delta V2 short, any of those trades have gone to a long range target. So I really hope I've got a number of traders on that target. I really do. I hope I've got a number of traders on that target. Oh, 30 points on the FDAX. Okay, well done, Dan, guys. 30 points times $40. Let's do the maths on that. It's a $1,200 trade. Mate, well done. Mate, that is fantastic. Now, back to the NASDAQ, guys. Back to the NASDAQ traders. Anybody that's gone long on the deltas, guys, you've gone very, very well, be it a 10-tick target, 20-tick target, 30 or 50-tick target. You guys have done absolutely fantastically. Guys, if you're an aggressive trader, these little deltas coming back the other way, guys, are valid. Guys, the Delta V2s, you can see them on the chart there. All right, all of the top three, guys, typically the top three red diamond deltas going back the other way are valid. I prefer the top two. Guys, why is that? The risk is less, the potential profit is more. PW, mate, that's a massive trade. All right, so well done, mate. So +5, +25 on FDAX for those that can't see the results coming through. Mate, that's a big one. Mate, I'm really excited for you. I did send you a message, mate. I did send you a message about schools. So when you get a chance, mate, I'm comparing notes on schools. That'd be fantastic. So as for the DAXI traders right across the board, Suzanne in Australia, you've picked up nothing but ratio-based trades. Good one. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. I haven't seen that yet. Right, so absolutely stunning ratio loss, allowing for the FDAX traders to use body entries, guys, or outside the range entry, but body entries holding, guys, less risk. That's gone amazingly for the DAX traders. Now we'll just wait for the last 90 seconds to run through. Let's look for a reset. And what you've just seen on the FDAX, guys, is they faked out towards the OSR, guys, on the 20 past candle, which is normal. And all they've just done is run down to the bottom of the OSR, which is relatively normal. All right, some of you, Dan, running away already. Well done, guys. If you're at your daily goal or daily KPI, please do not hang around. Martin, you got 10 and 24 on the FDAX. That's a huge trade. Okay, so Petros, you've got multiple trades. Nick's got multiple trades. Well done. Well done. That's brilliant. Okay, Petros, 11 and 21. Mate, time to run away. I know we're only 24 minutes. We're only 24 minutes into the trading session. Well, look at this reversal on FDAX. Guys, that's the only other thing I could have said to you is once the seller's still the stair step, guys, if you want a reversal over the top of the previous pivot, it is available. Now, I didn't call that trade, guys, but for those that use pivot-based reversals on FDAX, wait for the sellers to steal the stair step, wait for them to fail at Fibonacci, turn them around and send them straight back the other way. All right, note the Fibonacci failure point, guys, is the 100% extension off the 4-hour chart. All right, so basically that's defined the lower OSR for us today. So the OSR reversal traders on FDAX, you may be long. Guys, if you are long, you've done very well. Andy, nice work. Well done. Petros, well done. Yep. So pass on my regards to Nick. Have I got any NASDAQ traders who are short on the red diamond deltas? Guys, anybody short on the red diamond deltas? If you are short, guys, on the red diamond deltas, then you're going to try and hold this for at least a 50 tick target, please. At least 50 ticks. What I'm looking for, guys, on NASDAQ, that is a 4-point turning bar short back into the middle of the trend indicator. So I'm not going to send you short again, guys. So I'm not going to sell the market again. What I'm going to do is say, let's wait to see if those people short on the red diamond deltas can try and make a little bit more money out of the trade. Yeah, we don't like the MDI, man. We don't like the MDI. We don't like trading into that. So you're absolutely correct. So there's no new trade on NASDAQ. Okay, for those people that are short already from these deltas up the top, if you're short on those, you've gone short for a 20 tick first target. You're looking for a 50 tick second target, but you're not going to scale into the trade, right? You're not going to scale into the trade, which means I don't want you adding positions to your trade at this stage. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those going for a 50 tick target off those deltas there, guys, you're looking to try and get to the bottom of the box. If you have gone short, guys, you're looking for a 20 tick first target, a 50 tick second target. The moment the 20 tick target is paid, guys, you are completely out of your trade, right? There's nothing at risk, just like that FDAX trade. Absolutely nothing at risk. If it wants to run down to a 50 tick target, awesome. But guys and girls, you cannot lose any money on this trade, please. Right? Absolutely fundamentally important. You've already gone through your risk control point. You've got profit on the market. You can't lose anything. If it wants to run, hey presto. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. I would suggest there is a little bit more selling coming. Right? So if you are short on the NASDAQ and you're trying to hold for that 50 tick target, is the 50 tick target from the top delta there is at 475.75. I would suggest we might see a little bit more selling, as in if that selling is going to show, it'll probably be in the next 35 to 40 seconds on the NASDAQ. So just watch what they're doing here. They're kind of hunting for buyers. Yeah, Mark, there's nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that at all. Now, FDAX traders, I've missed a trade. So let me just copy this little circle for you. I've missed the original trade, guys, off the previous pivot in the gap. As NASDAQ, you're still okay if you're short, guys, for the next 21 seconds or so. So we'll just analyze what they're doing. DAX traders, guys, if you waited for the sellers to push back down to the previous pivot in the gap and then you went long over the top of the gap as a reversal trade, all right, this is the one we were talking about before. I missed the original call, guys. If you have gone long because you like double failure reversals off pivots, guys, if you have gone long on that one, that's obviously gone quite well. All right, so if you like double failure reversals, well done. Chris, the SBR still a short one is under the candle. 100%. What we need for a really good reversal on the NASDAQ is we need to get away from the trend indicator. Right, trend indicator is famous for catching the market. That's exactly what they're currently doing. So if you're short from up here, okay, and we get caught in the middle, there's no problem at all. But if we don't want to go short under the 50 fib of the day, because if we get caught in the middle of the trend indicator, the buyers will try and push it back up as before the sellers have another crack at them. So the best reversal is just like on the FDAX today, right? When we started, the best reversals will always be away from the trend indicator, back down into the trend indicator. Right? That's always going to work. And for the FDAX traders, you guys have made a really solid chunk of money today. And for Suzanne on the Gold Coast, your ratio-based SBR, incredible trade. Most incredible trade. All right, so at this stage, guys, I've got no new trades. I've got no new trades on the American markets. I can't send you long because one, the buyers on the stair step. Two, we're back into the 50 fib of the day. All right, so we don't want to do that. All right, let's just watch what. Do I have any FTX traders? Any FTX traders that have gone long because you're a fan of double failure reversals off these pivots here? All right, if you have gone long as a double failure reversal trader, well done. Guys, if that's not in your trading plan, then would probably keep a really close eye on those trades. Guys, the pivots are incredibly accurate and incredibly powerful. There's no question about that. Okay. Now, at this stage, guys, I've got no new signals. Guys, I've got no new signals. What I can see on the FTX, so no new signals on the American markets. What I can see on the FTX is a very, very cheeky little trade setting up. Guys, let me just have a quick look for you here. All right, there's going to be a fib retracement over that potential turning candle. Let's just see what they do. All right, let's just see what they do. Is the cheeky little trade on FDAX. Again, if we sell back down, guys, under the previous pivot in the gap, we're looking for another reversal long. The cheeky little trade, guys, if we get a nice retracement here and a rejection, is 1 point over the top of this body here, guys. So 649 for a 5-point FDAX target. It's a static bar reversal long. Guys, now if you are going to go long, guys, at 649, you must acknowledge the 50 fib of the day. Guys, is at 655. So that's actually, if you're aggressive, it's okay. Guys, if you want a really, really clean trade, the 50 fib of the day might be a little bit too tight. Now, mathematically, the trade is valid. There is no question about that. Mathematically, we're valid. Are we going to get a sexier trade on FTX? Guys, I would suggest we will get a sexier trade. So if you've already made some really good money out of trading today, guys, that is not the trade for you. We are going to get better trades. Mathematically, there's nothing wrong with it, guys, but if you like when all the ducks line up, like they did already on the FTX a number of times, if you like the ducks lining up, then guys, we're going to get another really, really awesome trade. Remy, well over KPI, so well done, guys. That's, again, fantastic. All right, let's just see, guys. We'll just watch them bop along and see what they do. I can see those charts are blurry, guys. I can see they're blurry. So what I'm going to do is I'll work in the background to, again, we'll try and clean them up. Guys, we'll try and clean them up for you. That being said, let me have a quick look here. Okay, that one. Perfect. Okay, so anybody on the FTAX, guys, so let me talk about the FTAX. If you have gone long, guys, over the body of the candle at 649, guys, on FTAX, we spoke about the pros and cons. If you've gone long at 649, your first target is 654. You've just gone, Giz, well done. You've just gone through your first target of 654. Guys, your second target on FTAX is 659, all right? You've just gone to 660. So it means, guys, if you've gone long on the FTAX for 5s and 10s, you're out. Okay, if you've gone long for 5s and 10s, you're out. If you are looking for a really, really, really super high probability trade, guys, wait for these buyers to take control and we'll smack them down the other way. But because the blur moving banners. Okay, mate. Okay, that is. I'll pass it on. Okay, so. Giz, nice trade, guys. So what has Giz just traded, guys? Giz has traded a loss of ratio on the candle. So you've got a -6 loss here, Giz. So it's a very, very serious loss, guys, just like we had here. So again, sellers own the stair step, failed at low OSR, double failure off the pivot, and basically that static bar reversal long with incredible ratios. As if you want to, guys, if you want to ever measure the credibility of something, okay, have a look at the market's response to the signal. We've got a -6 rated reversal signal here, and the market's response is an enormous candle. Let's look at the market response. All right, so if you ever want to test the integrity of a strategy, guys, don't believe the person that wrote the strategy. Look at the market's response to the strategy. If you ever want to measure how a strategy goes, look at the market's response only. It's the only thing that matters. So, Giz, you've gone long on that one, guys. I spoke about the pros and cons of the trade. The ratio drop is very, very strong. The market's response is hilarious. Okay, so just be very, very careful. Yeah, Giz, I know. Guys, I know I called the trade, but again, I've been doing this for a little while. What I want you to focus on is the market's response to the indicators and the strategy. Okay, because you'll probably see the market responding in kind to everything that we're doing, which is really exciting. Now, for the FDAX traders, as you have an upper OSR reversal short, if you are an OSR trader, as your entry is at 690, you've already gone through your first target of 685. Be very careful, guys. They're getting very jumpy. All right. The reason they're getting jumpy is because they've just closed over the 60-minute short. Right. So now they're being a little bit of a smart ass, but that's all right. The trade is valid, guys, at 690 for 685 if you trade OSR reversals. All right, if you don't trade an OSR reversal, it is not a valid trade, guys. Please just don't copy in and out. Just make sure you know exactly what you're doing. Greg, plus 8 times 30 contracts on the S&P. That is an awesome trade, mate. Well done. For the NASDAQ traders, at this stage, we are looking for so you see the market's getting really jumpy, guys. So just watch what's going on here. What has just come out in the news? All right, we're starting to get really, really jumpy, which is okay. Let me just clean up the charts. Okay. Marcus, you got a 10, a 30, and an 80. 10, 30, 80 off the NQSBR. Mate, beautiful trade. Well done. Mate, that's a phenomenal trade. For the Nazi traders, guys, we're not going to take these deltas at the top of the screen, please. It looks to be news inspired, guys, so just let them roll through, please. Let them roll through. So don't go long on the deltas, guys, unless you're already long on the deltas. Then if you're long on the deltas, you're already through targets. We're just going to watch what they're doing. I have a sneaking suspicion, guys, they're watching the Europeans. It's the first time the FESX has got outside its OSR. That means that the Europeans have decided they want to try and buy the market pretty hard. All right, look at these guys roll. And so they're now going to break all of my Fibonacci's, which is fine. They're allowed to do that. No, we're going to up our Fibonacci. Guys, let's just up our Fibonacci. Go back to the 5-minute chart. For the American traders, you guys are gearing up potentially for climactic reversal short. All right, climactic reversal short. Again, for the NASDAQ traders, if you've got a ton of experience, go sitting underneath this 240 close is a reasonable short. Is a reasonable short. For those that are new to trading or new to what we do, I'd be looking for a red diamond delta short. So you want the mathematics of the markets to come in behind you as well. So for the experienced traders, there's a short at 497.50 on NASDAQ, which is just under that 240 close. Based on the fact that these American markets are burning out hard, they're using a lot of volume here and not going anywhere. For the junior traders, guys, I'd want you filled, guys, I don't want you filled in the last 90 seconds, please. Okay, if you are going to engage that short, guys, at 497.50, if you are going to engage that short, right, you're already short. May I suggest your first target on NASDAQ, guys, would be 492.50, which is a 20-tick target if you are short on the NASDAQ. So if you are short on NASDAQ, guys, you've already gone 13 or 14 ticks into profit. All right, if you trade off the 240 close. Right, I'm suggesting this will go through its 20-tick target. You're on 20 ticks now. For the Nazi, you're on 20, literally kissing 20 ticks. You're through 20 ticks. Any NASDAQ trader, guys, that waited for the volume to burn out and you've gone short, guys, as I suggested, under the 240 close at 497.50. Your first target is 492.50. 20 ticks, you're through target. FTX, just hold out at this point, guys. I don't want you going short again, guys, inside the last 90 seconds. All right, well done, Giz. If you're short on the NASDAQ, guys, you've gone through your 20-tick target. Now, what were we looking for? We're looking for these guys to blow all their volume up, and we're looking for the reason why. guys, they failed here and set up this huge climactic reversal short. So if you have picked up the short under the 240 close, for slightly more experienced traders, guys, that's gone really, really well. We only need it, guys, particularly as a futures trader, guys, a little bit different to CFDs, as we only need it to go through that box to go through your target. Okay, anyone short on the NASDAQ or the S&P 500, guys, if you're an experienced trader, you're looking for 20 tick first target, 50 tick second target. Guys, your 50 tick second target is just here on the NASDAQ. Anybody short on the FDAX, guys, if you did take the original short that I was talking about, guys, at 690, your first target is 685. That's gone through its target. If we need another trade on the FDAX, guys, we need these buyers to push up, fail badly, and then we're going to try and pick up another short at 690 with a 685 target. Now, FDAX, we're moving very, very closely, guys, to the last sort of 15 minutes. So we've got around 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get another FDAX trade. As NASDAQ traders who are short, you're going to try and hold short. As you've gone, so those that trade under the 240, right, under that little line on the chart there, you've gone short for 20s. Guys, you're trying to hold short for 50s. That's for those people with some experience. I'd suggest that 50 will get hit in the next, 35 to 40 seconds, guys, I'd give it. All right, so we want it to get, there you go. All right, you threw your target, guys, if you're short on that one. So that was a little bit faster than what I anticipated, which is fantastic. If you're short on the NASDAQ, guys, again, under the 240 close because of the extreme volume, have I got anybody short for 20s and 50s, guys? Anybody short on NASDAQ for 20s and 50s? If you are short, guys, it's gone 20s and 50s. For those that waited for the first red diamond delta short, which is right there, guys, you've also gone through your 20 tick target. You guys are not going for 50s. Oh, Louis, nice work, mate. Nice work. FDAX, guys, again, is now starting to shoot away from the reversal that we wanted, which is fine because it's never filled the order. Andy, that's why we've got an ATM, mate. Cody, have you gone okay, mate? Has today gone well? Okay, Ken, that's fine. Perfect. I'll pass that on, mate. I'll pass that on. So, guys, last night, Wednesday night coaching, guys, we had a glitch in the back of the system. So Cody's going to come back next week and do that coaching for you. So that'll be bloody awesome. Cody, you got a 5 and a 40 off the SBR. Wow, mate. That's awesome. That's a big trade, right? So big well done to you. So just to be super transparent, guys, I've taken one trade today for a 5-point target on FDAX. It copied successfully onto all 6 accounts. So as much as I've only taken one trade today, my goal is to run the LTR as best as I possibly can while hitting my daily KPI, which is 5 points. I've hit my KPI on 6 accounts. And I do believe at this point in time, guys, we're going okay. All right? I do believe we're going okay. So we're just going to continue to chip away. Those people that are coming to Platinum in Bali, guys, your preparation webinar number 2 is on tonight. Guys, so your preparation 2 webinar, guys, or prep number 2 is on tonight. Guys, so we'll go through the admin for the advanced program again, guys. Tonight we're going to be talking about setting KPIs and how important KPIs are. Okay, KPIs are hugely important. It's hugely important. Okay, and well done to everybody. Guys, well done to everybody who has already traded their KPI today. That's very exciting. For those that are new to what we do, guys, we have KPIs on every single market, guys, and what we aim to do is get the junior traders and the senior traders through their KPIs as fast as possible. And then I encourage you to put the cash in the bank, run away, do not keep trading. Come back tomorrow, do the same thing again, and just rinse and repeat over and over and over again. G'day, Diane. Do you use only the 5-minute chart or... great question, Diane. So I use the 5-minute chart as my smallest chart. But I've got indicators on my charts that are derived from other trading charts. So I don't have to look, for example, at the 30-minute chart, 30-second chart. I don't have to look at the 1-minute chart because I've got indicators here that are doing all of that for me. So in a perfect world, guys, if I was a NASDAQ trader, all right, not being rude, if I was a NASDAQ trader, okay, that is all I would see. All right, that's all I would see right there. Every piece of information that I need to trade the NASDAQ very, very successfully, guys, everything I need is there, ready to roll. Extreme volume, deltas, V1, V2, trend indicator, everything is there. So, mate, it's a great question because a lot of the indicators that we use are derived from other charts. And the reason we do that is we don't want to have to look at the 1 minute chart, look at the 3 minute chart, and then say, oh my gosh, what are they doing? We're trying to create the simplest algorithm possible. And the best way to do that is to have indicators derived from multiple charts, but have those expressed on the 5 minute chart so we can basically see what everybody's doing. Daniel, the only reason that the SBR is here, so the SBR is on S&P 500, the only reason they're not moving short yet is because of the high side of the MDI. In saying that, mate, the S&P 500 normally takes 15 minutes to respond to a signal. And what we're doing here is we're responding to that signal within the 15 minutes or so. We're also, guys, cruising into the last 15 minutes of the hour. So for those that don't know what we do, the last 15 minutes is notorious for taking money off you. So please, and just so everyone knows, guys, the signal success rate runs at 93.5%. And then as soon as we get into the last 15 minutes, guys, we drop down to 83.5%. So for that 10% performance drop on the NASDAQ, there's a 70% performance drop on the FDAX. So if I was brand new to trading, I would say, Lockie, I'm going to trade for the first 35 to 40 minutes of the European Open. Then I'm going to go and make a coffee and not touch anything for 15 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit the markets again. I just hit it over and over and over again. Lockie, did we get WA message TTP? Oh, mate, I did. Actually, let me reach out to Arlen. Actually, thank you. So we're cruising into... As we're cruising into the last 15 minutes, can I get a renewed? Now, what I mean by that, guys, is I'm starting to scan news in the background. For the really experienced traders, guys, if you know what we do, for the really experienced traders, you're now, guys, checking news. You're basically writing in your trading journal what you've done. I would also, guys, if I was new to trading, I would now be asking questions like, questions, probably better. I'd be looking at the charts and saying, which of the signals makes most sense to you? Like, are you a static bar reversal trader? Guys, I'll clean the FDAX up. This one here, guys, got a -4 rating on it. It's gone over 40 points in the profit, which is 40 points, $1,000 into profit. We then got a -6 rated static bar reversal going back the other way. That one has now gone more than $2,000 into profit if you're just trailing your stops. So if I was watching this, guys, I'd be like, hang on a second, what value can I take away from this session? Now, well under all the traders that have made money, which is very exciting. Nazi, guys, we also spoke about if we get a red diamond delta short, right, which is that one right there. Everybody can see that little red diamond on the chart. If we get that, we're able to go short on that one, typically for a 20-tick target. Right, so it's gone way beyond that. Back to you guys, to the question about 30-second charts and similar things. One of the reasons we run the indicator set that we run is that we don't have to look at the smaller time frame charts. We don't have to do that because the indicators do all of the work for us. Okay, now at this stage, I'm going to strip some extensions. Guys, we don't need the extensions. I'm going to start getting rid of comments on here. We're going to start to clean our charts up for the turn of the hour. Okay. If we needed, guys, a little bit late on this one, if we did need another trade on the FDAX, this is a 4-rated strong candle, so 4-rated buy to the high side. We normally don't trade the FDAX in the last 15 minutes. Guys, if you did see the strength of the candle and you went, you know what, Lockie, I'm going to go long again because it's a 4-rated candle. As again, you would be long at 715. Your first target is 720 and you're already out, guys, but I did not call that trade. I'm not going to put it in the log. That will be one that Lockie just simply didn't call because it's the last 15 minutes. I'd say at this stage, young Daniel, talking about the dual SBRs on S&P 500. Right, we give these guys up to 15 minutes on the S&P to do what they normally do. So again, well done, mate. So you did get Shelton, you did get the efficient candle long. Well done, mate. That's fantastic. What I'm excited about, mate, is I didn't even call that trade, and you went and took it anyway and made money, mate. That's the sign of somebody that knows what they're doing, which is very exciting. Daniel, okay, so you're short. So, guys, Daniel's short on the S&P 500. His risk is controlled. He's got no money at risk on this one. So, mate, you want to try and hold your S&P trade and your NASDAQ trade. If anybody's short from the 240 close up here, okay, on NASDAQ, right, you've got this orange candle here, extreme volume. These guys just blew themselves out of the water, which is really funny. Note they failed at the 66 Fibonacci retracement. Absolutely brilliant. If you guys are short on the NASDAQ, you want to also try and hold your short for up to 15 minutes. Okay, so again, at this point in time, if you triggered on this candle, you're holding it for 1, 2, 3. So you're basically at the end of your tether on the NASDAQ. Right? So if you're trying to hold it for the full 15 minutes to see how much money you can milk out of it, at this point in time, you're out at your 20 tick target. You might be out at your 50 tick target, or you're trying to hold for 100 tick target, basically seeing if we can get them to melt down on the European turn of the hour. S&P 500, guys, all you guys have got today for the S&P, mind you, some of the results coming through. What was the big one? That was Louis was on 35 contracts. So Louis' climactic reversal here was absolutely brilliant. And then the S&P 500 traders who all know what they're doing, guys, would have waited for the volume to blow up on this candle and simply gone short under the 88.6 Fibonacci. All right, so that's what they would have done. For the FTX traders, you are 3 minutes from the turn. 3 minutes, 8 minutes from the turn of the hour. So we are looking for an R1 reversal. 5 minute, 1 minute, 30 second. Oh, Dine, all of them. So there's 17 for the Delta V2 indicator, the red one right there. For the red one, the red little diamond there's 17 filters on that one. For the V1 Delta running in behind her as well, there's 16 filters on that one. So we can get right into mathematical chats. That indicator, Dine, has been around since 2009. The mathematics is unchanged since 2009. All I've done is fine-tune the maths to make it more accurate on the NASDAQ and the FDAX in particular. Yeah, so basically all of them, Dine. And ironically, not to throw a spanner in the works, but the delta on the S&P 500 is different to the delta on the NASDAQ. It's different to the delta on the FDAX, different to the delta on gold and oil and currencies. So we could be running a Forex trading room here, mate, using the delta, primarily targeting the yen, the Aussie dollar, and the Euro-US cross pair. And the algorithm for each of those markets is different. And I say that, mate, because, has everyone ever heard the expression that one indicator doesn't fit all markets? Once you've got a really good basic mathematical algorithm, guys, you've then got to go and adjust that algorithm to the volatility of every market. If you don't do that, it's like this one size fits all thing doesn't work unless you're a Fibonacci trader. Unless you're Fibonacci. Mate, the indicator runs on NinjaTrader only. Okay, so it runs on NinjaTrader only, and it's owned by Samurai in Singapore. So if you're trading a platform other than NinjaTrader, Samurai doesn't code for any platform other than NinjaTrader because we don't want people trading CFDs. Okay, we're not a massive fan of CFDs. Personal preference. We're not a fan. But that being said, mate, reach out to Samurai, talk to them about the Delta. It's designed for NinjaTrader, and that's because NinjaTrader is so incredibly precise as a platform. Perfect, mate. Perfect. Now, with all of that said, with all of that said, what have we got, guys? We're in the last 15 minutes. For the new traders or those that don't know what we do, be very, very careful of the last 15 minutes. All right, this is where most people give back all the money they've made in the first 35 to 40 minutes. Question for anyone, guys, in the LTR: has anyone done really well in the first 35 to 40 minutes and then given it all back in the last 15 minutes and then literally asked the question, why the hell did I do that? I don't know. Has anyone ever done that? The only trade, guys, we're allowed to take in the last 15 minutes, particularly on the FDAX. Of course, no one's done that, have they? As the only thing we're allowed to take is a ratio-based reversal off a pivot. Right, so at this stage, the only trade for the FDAX traders, right? The only trade will be a pivot-based reversal off the R1. Guys, good time to clean up Fibonacci's. Make sure we're good to go. Cole's never done that, of course. Nah. You guys are all trading god 2.0. So my net result, I've got to work it out, guys, because I like trying to make about $1,000 a day. So I'm up 6 times 145. Right, I'm shy of $1,000 today. And not to be rude, it's because I've focused solely on making sure you guys don't get into trouble. So guys, Cody's on the microphone tomorrow. I've got $100 extra I need to do today, or my goal is 1,100 US tomorrow. But yesterday, I had a blinder. So I'm actually okay, guys. It won't be canned tuna tonight. We're doing okay. So we'll just be a little bit humble on the results and just take the trades from the market as they get gifted to us. So guys, turn of the hour. We're only about 3.5 minutes away. Turn of the hour trade. What I'm looking for is sells on the Nasdaq. We're looking for sells on the S&P 500. Sells on the FDAX. What I would really love to see is volume is awesome on Nasdaq. Guys, volatility starting to drop, guys. So let's just keep an eye on this. Oh, FDAX. This is so going to go short here. Look at this. Now, volume is really good right across the board. I'm just double checking that. Volume's really good. What we need for the NASDAQ traders is, again, a little warning order, guys, if I can. If you are already way over your daily goal, guys, if you're over your daily goal or you're happy with the amount of money you've made, reminder, guys, tonight we've got the Platinum Prep webinar, which is about daily KPIs, all right? If you are already happy with the money that you've made, do not be romanced into another trade place. Portfolio for the trade. Dine, 1:30 is the leverage fixed on futures, so we can't change that. And if trading a single contract on the NASDAQ is a little crazy for you, we can put you on a micro contract on the NASDAQ. Okay, so then some of you might not be aware, with futures, we can't change the leverage we trade. It's fixed as 1:30. But if you don't like 1:30 leverage, you can drop down to the micro, which is effectively a fifth of the value on the NASDAQ. So that takes your leverage down to 1:6, which is pretty small compared to the normal NASDAQ. Diane, that's an awesome question, mate. Well done. Very good question. So what we're looking for, guys, in a perfect world, now please, I've given you the warning order about if you're already over your daily goal, well done. Some of you have made, guys, well over $1,000 today. So if that is you and you're near your daily goal, please don't. Some of you are way over that. Again, let's just say there was a trader that did 30 contracts times 25 points or 25 ticks times $12.50. Let's just say we have one of those. So say, guys, some of you are over $1,000. Some of you are almost at $10,000. All right. So if you are comfortable with the amount of money you've made, guys, please just watch All right, there's no compulsion to take another trade. We'll come back tomorrow, guys, to do exactly the same thing again at exactly the same time. For the NASDAQ, guys, we're going to be very, very careful. What have we got? 30 seconds to go. I'm looking for the buyers to push up. Guys, create a new high inside the new hour. That's what I'm looking for. Now, at this stage, as buyers own the stair step on NASDAQ. Right, buyers own the stair step on NASDAQ. So worst case scenario, inside the new hour, the buyers are going to push up here, fail at Fibonacci. Worst case scenario, we get that red diamond delta, as they must push above the delta point. FDAX R1 reversal has triggered very early, very, very early. Now, for the FDAX traders, I'd really like these guys to push up and fail badly before we look for a short, please. Now, if you want a backup trade, guys, on the FDAX, you can put an entry on 5 points underneath the R1, which is at 731. Guys, if you don't like mucking around at the pivot, wow. If you are short, guys, if you're short under yesterday's high or the R1 on FDAX, you're already through your first target. Guys, if you're short at 731 on the FDAX, you're through your first target, you're through your second target, you're on your way to your third target. Please tell me we've got FDAX traders short off that R1 and yesterday's high, or guys, your backup entry was at 731. If you're short on this one, guys, you've gone through your first target, second target, third target. Well done. Okay, some of you got skipped. Damn it. All right, it went too fast. Oh, well done, Andy. So Andy's picked it up. Okay, well done, well done, well done. Guys, that's why I tried to give you a backup entry. The red diamond delta, guys, on FDAX is valid short at 712 for a 5-point target only, please, unless you're very experienced. So if you're short on the FDAX, guys, at 712, your first target is 707. 707. NASDAQ has gone far enough to pick up that delta only just, guys, and then started plummeting. It was only just. So for those that were on the turn of the hour on FDAX, if you could pick it up, some of you got skipped, which is a little bit annoying. But if you did get picked up, guys, that's a stunning turn of the hour trade, absolutely stunning trade. For the NASDAQers, for a lot of you, we may not have got high enough. We may not have got high enough for you to pick up that delta, that red diamond delta. So again, if you didn't get high enough, guys, that's okay. We'll just wait for the next trade. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate the feedback. Right, that's brilliant. Appreciate the feedback. At this stage, guys, just let these guys sort themselves out. NASDAQ, guys, we need a brand new higher high. We don't want to basically sort of trade off this little fake out that just occurred. So again, for the Nazi traders, I'm trying to get the buyers to push through, fail at very key Fibonacci's, and then collapse. FDAX, you're still okay, guys. If you're short at 712, you are okay at this point. The best entry on FDAX, guys, was that backup entry I gave you at 731, but some of you missed the entry, and that's okay. Guys, the other way around that, if you're missing entries, is just push the market order short button on the turn of the hour. In this case here, they've gone around about 20 points beyond that entry. So even if you got 1 or 2 points worth of slip, it doesn't matter. Okay, again, we'll normally deal with that on the run. I need the FDAX. To sell down to 707 for those that are short. Right, 707 is here. As we've got another little delta V1 setting up down at 707, so we should, in a perfect world, we should see some selling. All right, now at this stage, NASDAQ, I must get a higher high before I try and sell again. All right, now at this stage, I haven't got that for the NASDAQ traders. I haven't got that. Lots of volume changing hands here, guys. Lots of volumes on the European markets. They're trying to work out what they're going to do. That turn of the hour trade, guys, probably starting to become people's favorite trade. I've got to say, if you can get in. So again, we've had a number of people skipped on the order, which is a bit of a shame. All right, at this stage, NASDAQ, we haven't gone high enough. We haven't gone high enough to justify a brand new entry short. Okay, geez, you've had a negative on FDAX. Okay, your stop must be pretty tight. Geez, I trust. Must be pretty tight. That's all right, mate. That's all right. Some people don't like carrying big stops. No, that's fine, mate. That's fine. Okay, here we go. NASDAQ. Yeah, perfect. Okay, mate. All right, we'll go and get it back for you. Those people that hold larger stops on the FDAX, if you hold a larger stop on the FDAX, you're obviously still short. And I would suggest, as we're probably going to get a reasonable answer in this candle. If you're not short on the FDAX already, if the buyers do try and retrace up like this, I would suggest there's a body entry short underneath the SBR. I'd be looking at a 719 entry short. Okay, if you're going to go short at 719, your first target is 714. Okay, you're on target now. You're through target. Well done. Bloody NASDAQ. I knew you were going to go short. All right, FDAX traders, if you're short, guys, under 2 points under the body of the candle at 1.9, you're through your targets. If you're short on the delta with a longer range stop, guys, your target's about to get annihilated on FDAX. So if you're short at 712, guys, you want to go to 707. Give it about 50 seconds. You're through your target anyway, so it doesn't matter. So again, if you have, depending on how tight your stops are, guys, the original delta trade has gone to target. Geez, I would look at a stop modification for yourself. Shelton, nice work, mate. +5 times 2 off the delta. Well done. As if you picked up the ratio-based SBR on FDAX, waited for these guys to push up, entered 2 points underneath the body of the candle at 19, guys, that has already gone through the first N second target. All right, so if that is you, well done. Yeah. Well, Shelton, average time in trade on the FDAX is under 7 minutes. So if we're ever in a trade that's longer than 7 minutes, we know we're in trouble. Yeah, so, mate, I used to literally have a stopwatch on my desk, and I used to set it for 7 minutes. And as soon as I took a trade, I pushed the button, and I'd be like, you know what, you better be out in 7 minutes. Otherwise, I'm not staying with this trade. So I used to use a stopwatch to stay disciplined. Mate, and it worked really, really, really well. Worked really well. All right, so again, for the FDAX, guys, no new entry, please, until we get brand new higher highs and buyer failure. At this stage, 1, 2, 3. Sellers own the stair step on the NASDAQ, guys, so that means we're looking for buying-based reversals. Happen to be able to pick up that red diamond delta that we were targeting. Guys, it's obviously gone a long way to profit, which is what we were expecting it to do. If you haven't got that, guys, that's okay. There will be other trades. There's always going to be more trades. I would suggest at this stage, guys, with the sellers owning the stair step, that we're probably going to get one of two scenarios. We'll get a tiny little red candle that closes over the top of the 50 of the day, or we'll get a large red one that closes under. Either way, we're going to have to wait for guidance as to what they want to do. We certainly do not want to take a signal, guys, in the last 90 seconds of the candle, please. All right, so we're not going to take a new trade on NASDAQ. I'd suggest they're probably going to try and fake out to the high side, guys. Then we're going to get a really nice little sell down. Probably going to fake out to the downside and then fake out to the high side, give us a sell down. Again, though, we'll wait for them to come to us, please. Don't try and second guess market direction. It's never a lot of fun. It's never a lot of fun. Okay, now FDAX. Okay, so DAX traders, you've had a really good day. Just had a negative, guys, on the delta because his stop was a little bit too tight. But you guys have had a ball. Guys, you guys have had a ball. So all the FDAX traders should be very, very happy with what you've achieved today. You've done very, very well. So congratulations to you, not me. Guys, I'm just trying to guide you as best as I can through the market. Now, NASDAQ, guys, at this stage, again, let's just see what they've got. All right, we're in the last 90 seconds. The buyers are resuming control of the market again. Okay, so fancy that. We got to the 240 close. So what we're looking for, guys, is where we went short before. So what I'm looking for is the current candle to close under the 240 close. It cannot close over, guys. Otherwise, I can't send you short. It's just done exactly what I didn't want it to do. So I can't send you short on NASDAQ. So just double repeating, I cannot send you short on NASDAQ. What can I do for you? Wow, these guys look like they want to go long. Okay, do we want to go long? Oh, it's all about retrace and rejection. Wow. What are these guys doing? I don't think we're going long at this stage, right? So I don't want to go long on the NASDAQ. I think we're going to get a buyer burnout here. FDAX, man, if we got a higher high over here for the FDAX traders, if we got a higher high, I'd put you straight underneath that SBR again, guys, with your entry short. Which I didn't get, guys. I send you short at either 20s or 19s, and I put you short for another 5 and 10 points. I haven't got that on FDAX. The double top is really painful. If they literally went 1 point higher, I'd send everybody short. This is a second tier reversal on FDAX, guys. We're looking for long range targets on FDAX. Is anyone short on FDAX for long range targets? Is anyone short? You may have picked up, guys, under the body, which we've already traded before. I really wanted a higher high before we put our order on. I didn't get exactly what I wanted. But if you are short, it's gone through its targets anyway. So you guys are going, well, look at this. I said, guys, we did not want to buy the NASDAQ. This is exactly why we didn't want to buy the NASDAQ. Right? So I'm just waiting for a reasonable selling opportunity, guys. It's got really good risk. Some of you might be eyeing off that red diamond delta again, guys. If you're going to trade the delta again, you must use a tight risk control. So maybe a 10 tick first target. As I don't really have any clear guidance from the NASDAQ as to what it wants to do yet. I can't send you long. And man, if I could send you short, guys, if I get a brand new delta, I might send you short. Just be patient, guys. These guys are rocking around the place doing what they need to do. So FDAX, guys, again, we don't want to trade in the last 90 seconds of the candle. We're looking for the buyers to push up, create a higher high. Then we're looking for our SBR reversal, or we're looking for an R1 reversal. The FESX looks very cranky, guys, very cranky. So basically, short anywhere is hilarious, right? Short anywhere is awesome. Did anybody pick up the red diamond delta coming short again on NASDAQ, guys? Did anybody get that again? Because if you've got it again, it's moving beautifully to the downside. I can't send you long. I can only send you short right across the board. I just can't send you long at all. Now, if you're looking at the NASDAQ and S&P, guys, and going, why the hell are they doing this? Guys, they're doing it because the FESX, biggest market in the world at this time, has decided it doesn't want to go up. It only wants to go down. Let's see. Here, you've got a triple SBR short on the FESX. So the reason why everybody's selling, right, is the big boys and girls who went, you know what, we're not buying anymore. We're just not buying anything. Thanks very much. We're done. Right, so that's why, guys, the LTR format is, I believe it's a reasonable format because we can watch what the biggest traders in the world are doing and say, well, you know what, if you guys aren't buying, we're not buying, we're selling.
Climactic volume on NQ.
Okay, I've got climactic volume warnings triggering in the background. Guys, let me just see where that volume is. Where's my climactic volume on NQ? Guys, it might be. Okay, MJ, all right, so a positive result. Okay, it's on the FDAX 15-minute chart. All right, FDAX 15-minute chart. Thank you, mate. Thank you. So, guys, we've got basically climactic volume on the FDAX. So there is a lot of selling coming into the market. There's a lot of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, that's going to be about 30% buying and 70% selling. So I do think we're probably going to sell down a little bit further. Now, if we did get a 4-point turning bar short on FDAX, which we cannot get, guys, we cannot get, so that the algo won't trigger. If we get a 4-point turning bar short on the FESX, guys, which could trigger, then for the FDAX traders, we want the buyers to push up a little bit, and then you're going to try and grab that delta short at 712. So if we can just get the buyers to buy a little bit, notice we don't want them buying a lot, we want them to buy a little bit. If the FDAX traders are super desperate for another trade, super desperate, you've had 4 or 5 winning trades already, guys, you'd be looking at a 712 entry for a 707 target. If these buyers push up, guys, this is absolutely brilliant. Let them push up. If they fail at Fibonacci, guys, we're going to try and pick up under the body of the SBR -2. So we're going to try and pick up a 719 for 714. Right, 719 for 714. NASDAQ, so just watch that very carefully, guys. Please don't let me romance you into taking another trade if you're over your daily goal. Now, if you're short at 719, you've been engaged short, guys, so you're in your trade short at 719. Ideally, you just want the buyers to fake away here and go down to 714. Right, they're starting to slow down, guys. They've got up to 7 minutes to boom. FDAX traders, if you're short at 719, you're through your 714 target again. I reckon we're finished on FDAX. So you guys have had maybe 5 or 6 winning trades in a row. That's a reasonable success rate. It's a reasonable success rate. So if you're short, guys, if you're short on the body of the SBR, beautiful retrace, failed at Fibonacci, came back through, picked up your order, went straight through the target. If that, geez, my absolute pleasure. Guys, we have traded again, guys. It's all off the back. Can everybody see this SBR here? It's all off the back of the SBR. That's the market saying, I'm completely done. Every time you pick up a valid sell, we're going to go short, and then we've got a repeat of the ratio here. All right. Now, again, guys, I don't want to jump up and down, but if you see the same trade repeating over and over again, guys, it's not because we know what we're doing. It's because mathematically the indicators are superior to other indicators. That's the only reason that this just keeps repeating over and over again. So you guys were short at 19s, all right? Short at 19s twice. All right, that's actually pretty good. Now, mind you, I sound arrogant when I say that, guys and girls, but again, if we can run a live trading room and kill 100% strike rate, there's nowhere to hide here. I think that's probably a little bit of a celebration, that one. And for the FDAX traders, guys, if you're literally just going for 3 or 4 5-point trades, then you're done for the day. Again, let me just show you the maths for those that don't know. Guys, let's say you do 4 trades times 5 points times $28. You've done $560 if you just use 5-point targets. All right. And if you're copy trading, obviously you can copy trade as many times as you want to. All right. So for the FDAX traders, I reckon you are in a really good place. For NASDAQ, guys, I'm waiting for the S&P and NASDAQ to be very clear about what they're thinking here. Okay, very clear. Well, geez, I can guide you, mate, as much as possible. At the end of the day, you've got to be confident with what you're doing. Put your trade on exactly where we want it to put on. Use the right target. Use the right risk control approach. And for the FDAX, you want to be paid in under 7 minutes. Guys, if you're not paid in 7 minutes on the FDAX, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Okay, now my average trade, I think on the FDAX is around about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So if I even get to the 3-minute mark and it's not looking sexy, then I'm thinking something's not quite right. And what does it mean, guys? We've got a time expectation on every single trade based on the mathematics behind the signal. Let's see, again, time expectation on every trade. And if it doesn't meet the time expectation, we reduce the risk or we scrub the trade. It's pretty straight mathematics, really. FDAX, just real quick, guys. I don't think we're going to get another FDAX trade. Okay, you guys have had, again, you've had your 133 fib reversal, the 133 fib reversal. You've had a static bar reversal, which was a monster. And then you've had a static bar reversal the other way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 winning trades, guys, from 6 entries. So I think FDAX, you're probably done for the day. They're not going to stop moving, guys. They're not going to stop moving, but you'll note the institutional traders are starting to leave. Guys, they've all finished trading for the day. Look at the volume drop. So most of the institutional traders are like, yeah, I'm done. I'll come back after lunch, guys, and we'll start again after lunch. Okay. Do I have any FDAX traders that are short for long-range targets, please? I did say this was a second-tier reversal. MJ short for long-range targets. Well done, mate. So you would want to try and trade down to the OSR tolerance just there. So some loose change, mate. 23700 would be a really good little target. 23700, if you're short, I certainly wouldn't have any risk. If you're short at the top of the jar, where that 2x is written on FDAX, I wouldn't have any risk on my trade now. If it falls through a 25-point target, okay, well done, mate. You've been ATM'd in profit. Oh. Right in time for it to go and hit 23,700, which is the upper tolerance of the OSR. So the FDAX is highly likely, guys, to come down and kiss this green line right here. Okay, literally come down and kiss the green line. That's where, if I was short on the FDAX, guys, that's where I'd be positioning my second target. Guys, just prior that 23700. I'd want to get paid before they started mucking around at the OSR. Oh, Andy, you got an 11 on the DAX short, mate. Well done. That's a great trade. Okay, well done. So, guys, 21 minutes into the session. We've still got very good numbers. I'd love to know from everybody, guys, what's the most valuable lesson out of the day? FDAX, why don't you just keep running, sweetheart? Just run and run and run. What's the most valuable lesson of the day, guys? What have we learnt, guys? What can we grab from trading today and take to tomorrow? I think is a really, really important point. Guys, what can we take from today and use tomorrow? As don't forget, Platinum Traders, you've got your preparation webinar coming up, guys, straight after this. So, again, anyone short on the FDAX, guys, if you're holding for longer range targets, you've gone through the what we call the upper OSR tolerance. So if I was short, guys, I'd be out on all my contracts and I'd be a very happy camper. No, Andy, that's such a great point. Guys, you don't. So just to repeat, for those who are on YouTube, guys, you don't have to be the first mouse to the cheese when it comes to trading. Guys, all we're trying to do is teach people to be patient, disciplined, follow a very, very strict trading system. As soon as you hit your daily goal, guys, stop trading. Literally just stop trading. Yeah, that's a good point, guys. That's a very good point, guys. Daniel's raised a great point. If you want to be really good at trading, guys, it takes more than a day to get good at it. You've ultimately got to decide your favorite market, your favorite time slot, your favorite signal, guys, and then you've got to get really, really good at trading your favorite signal. That takes longer than a day. It takes longer than a day. Let me tell you, it took me about a year and a half. Guys, mind you, I didn't have a trading coach, but it took me about a year and a half just to work out the psychology of trading. Now, I'm obviously very glad we have trading coaches now to do all that for us. But again, guys, the trading system you're looking at was written in 2009, and it's still doing what it needs to do, which is, really exciting. So, guys, at this stage, this is why FDAX, this is why I wanted MJ to target the top of the OSR tolerance. So let's have a look at this. All right, so if they now turn around and reverse back up here again, you'd be thinking, thank gosh, I got out at exactly where I thought I should get out. Well, so that's actually really exciting. NASI and S&P, guys, we would need to be very, very careful here, please. Again, if we close above that green line, that 240 close, if we close above that with a relatively strong candle, we can't go short again, which is a real shame. If we close underneath it with a candle that is not very strong, we might be looking for another trade. Guys, if they don't meet all of those conditions, we're probably going to unpitch the tent and go home for the day, I would suggest. Right, so I can't send you short on NASDAQ. Guys, I can't send you long on NASDAQ. I can't send you in either direction on the FDAX. So, guys, that's literally I'm gonna issue a yellow card, guys. We are done for the day. Right? We are not going to pick up another trade in the next 5 minutes unless the NASDAQ moves up here, guys, starts mucking around this 66 Fibonacci. So if they cruised up here, then came back down and gave us a red diamond delta short, that would be the only trade I would now consider taking. I think we're probably going to rally for a while. And then 9:15, guys, 9:15 and 9:30 p.m. tonight. If that US news is negative, these markets are going to plummet. Guys, they are going to plummet. If the US news is positive, guys, if the US news is positive, then we are going to absolutely fly to the high side. So if you are trading 9 p.m., guys, 9 p.m. Tokyo time tonight, if you are trading, be very, very careful of those two news announcements. They are going to rock the markets, I would suggest. Oh, sounds like the big boss is back. Arlen, are you there? Oh, you are?
I am.
Hello.
Hey.
Very good. FDAX traders, they think I'm very rude, but I've sent them home already. They've had 6 wins in a row. NASDAQ traders, depending on how they trade, we had a really lovely long. In fact, the advanced traders, let me borrow this. The advanced traders picked up this climactic reversal and grabbed these deltas. Junior traders grabbed those deltas. Then we grabbed a pivot reversal short, then a delta short. So NASI are probably sitting at, depending on what you trade, maybe 3 or 4 winners up to 5 or 6 winners, and S&P 2 winners. But one of our S&P traders was on 35 contracts, so had a blinder today, about $9,000 profit. All right. So shout out to the big boys and girls. And Arlen, we've had another successful day, so I'm stoked. Absolutely
I'm
stoked.
happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that. Guys and girls, like Lachlan likes to say, thank you so much for joining us for another live trading room session. To all of our Zoom traders, guys, we're working on it. Let's see how we can make it even better. But if you are seeing things a little bit blurry, I do recommend hop onto the YouTube stream. It is crispy clear and wonderful, and we keep on improving. So stay tuned. Final reminder, we do have the 20% off with the code SUMMER20 for any challenge above 150 euros. So take advantage of that because we are almost done with the promotion. FYI. And for Lachlan as well, you have a little code. Okay. So
yes, guys, we've got a brand new Samurai discount code. So for the Samurai traders, I'll make sure that's available on the website. Perfect.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Lachlan, for another great session. Appreciate it. We will see you here again next week on Thursday, live trading room, European market. And whoever's from Samurai Day Trading, enjoy your session tomorrow.
Very good, Alan. Thank you. And thank you, TTP. Thank you, everybody. Well done, guys. For all of those who've made money, you've done well. Come back tomorrow, do the same thing again. Perfect. Thanks, Alan.
See you.